going on, everybody? It's You're coming at you with a brand new video. I know you haven't heard that one in a while, but today is a very special day because we finally got the newest Forbidden and Limited List release, and if you've been paying attention, and by that I mean paying attention to my lack of attention, I've not been keeping up with the format, like, at all for the past several months. Last time I played was, well, basically the last ban list, which was, like, I think the Malice cards got semi-limited, and, like, Detonator got limited, or something like that. And you can see here, we're not using the official website. I had the official website up, but, like, it just doesn't like to update on time, ever. Like, it literally always goes up on Twitter for hours before the actual website's updated, and my friend, I don't think, is home right now to do, like, our little Discord thing, so we're using the Twitter post this time. So, as you can see, we have a couple of things spoiled here already, because that's just how they like to do the Twitter posts, and we can't go, like, the one-by-one, like, oh, special reveal, like, every time. It's like a surprise every time, unfortunately. But I wanted to get this video out before I went into work, because I only have, like, 3 hours until work. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this, and I'll try to give my reaction the best I can as someone that just doesn't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Often anymore. So starting off, we have Moon of the Closed Heaven. So I think this is a fine hit. I actually didn't even know that Fiendsmith was still, like, super popular, apparently. But Moon of the Closed Heaven made the Fiendsmith package incredibly generic and easy to access, and could literally make it feel impossible to, like, properly hand trap certain stuff, because you could have, like, 3 hand traps in hand, like, hand trap everything normal, and then they, like, have 2 monsters on the board, and so it's like, oh, they immediately get an Omni Negate, or, like, 2 special summon Negate and Destroys. It's, like, crazy. Moving on, we have Splash Mage. Splash Mage is clearly a hit to Malice. I think Malice, I'm pretty sure Malice is, like, one of the top decks still. I think it's, like, Malice and, like, Canine, Vanquish Soul, and stuff like that. So Splash Mage is a very good hit to Malice, in my opinion, because this card felt, like, really pivotal. It was kind of like the Moon of the Closed Heaven for Malice specifically, because, oh man, they had 2 monsters on board, so they could just keep going into their Malice plays, even if you manage to hand trap some of the other Malice cards, which Malice is notoriously hard to hand trap anyway. So, I think this is also another very solid hit. Sucks for, like, random smaller decks, such as, like, Marincess and stuff, but with these 2 hits, it does do that to, like, smaller tier decks, but in my opinion, smaller tier decks aren't really as prominent as they used to be. Ever since, like, Age of Overlord, it feels like the tiers, the tier lists have been, like, narrowing and narrowing. Like, we used to have, like, 50 decks per tier list, and now there's probably not nearly as many. Just because of how power creep is functioning. Next we have King of the Feral Imps. Oh, my poor little alien player heart. Yeah, that actually kind of sucks for, like, anyone that plays, like, any Ogdoadic packages or stuff like that, but, again, not really like those decks are going to compete anyway. King of the Feral Imps, I'm pretty sure, is there for Mitsurugi. I think Mitsurugi's still, like, really good. I don't know if it's still Mitsurugi Ryzeal, but I know Mitsurugi's, like, really good. And then, number 67, Paradise Smasher. This is clearly for Canine, because you could just, like, basically turn skip your opponent, and we don't like turn skips here, even though they did just reprint this because they're like, we love money. That's another reason I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I just can't afford Konami's greed. That's it for the Forbidden cards. Moving on to the limited cards, we have EXT Ryzeal. I don't remember what Ryzeal cards really got hit other than Detonator on the last list, so I'm not sure if this is anything crazy. We also have Malice Dormouse. It looks like only Dormouse, so honestly that makes sense. It's like their better starter card compared to, like, White Rabbit. Then we have Vanquish Soul Raisin. It feels like an early hit, but then again, I think the engines have been out for, like, a little longer than I thought. I mean, hey, makes Raisin cheaper to get. Fiendsmith's Lacrima, the fusion one? They brought it back? Isn't this card, like, super nasty? I mean, I guess Moon of the Closed Heaven is gone, but still, I mean, like, giving that to Fiendsmith decks is gonna be kind of gross. Link Karibo is back. Oh, that's actually kind of huge. I love Link Karibo. I feel like the fact that this died for Snake Eyes Sins is really gross and annoying. I really like this card, even though it is kind of crazy good sometimes. This is going to be good for, like, Yummy. Summon Sorceress, we've been waiting for this for a while, I'm pretty sure, because of the errata. It's been free in the OCG for ages, I'm pretty sure. Herald of the Arclight, I think it's for Mitsurugi. I'm not actually sure. But I mean, hey, as long as it's legal, period. Doesn't affect Bird Up. Speaking of, it doesn't look like we have a limited Samorg. That's like the one thing we're always looking for is Samorg ever since it's gotten hit. It looks like they brought Trident back. Okay. I feel like Dryden could have just stayed back after it came back during Tri-Brigade format. Zoo Tri-Brigade was not nearly as oppressive as people thought it was, and the oppressive part about it wasn't the Dryden, it was the Zeus. Crystron Inclusion, I'm pretty sure this is one of the more modern Crystron cards. I didn't know Crystron was actually doing that great. I thought it was like a rogue deck, so I guess. Obedience School, 100% for Yummy. Stake Your Soul, another hit to consistency for Vanquish Soul. Doesn't this just like straight up kill Vanquish Soul, hitting both of their starter cards basically? Huh. And then Solemn Judgment? Judgment? In the big 25 going back to 1. If it was at 1 prior. I know Strike was, but that's crazy. Man, that's gonna... I was gonna say it's gonna suck playing into like evenly matched, but I mean, like, do people even play evenly matched anymore? I have no idea. Judgment was like always the big thing to like have for evenly matched and Dark Ruler and stuff like that. Very big limited section. That's crazy. Moving on to the semi-limits, only one here is Branded Fusion. I think this is 100% fine. Low-key, I think this card could come to 3. I don't want to say Branded's like completely power crept, but I mean, let's be real, it was barely keeping up as a direct counter during Age of Overlord format for Snake Eyes, and I'm pretty sure the Gimmick Puppet's banned, so I don't know, like, it just felt really bad for Branded only having the one Branded Fusion, because that means you basically got to use it twice. You had it for the initial search off of like a Luber, or if you hard opened it somehow, and you get it back off like Retribution. You could also potentially play things like, what, like Spriggan's Kit or whatever, but those cards really aren't reliable and just add more Garnets into your deck. Trust me, I played the Kit build. So I think this is good for Branded. Put it to 3 would be cool too, but I think Semi-Limited alone just adds a lot more different paths for Branded. And then moving on to the Unlimits, we have a lot of Unlimits too. We have Glow Up Bulb, which is interesting. I think this card probably could have came back a long time ago, but I get that they were trying to be like super safe about it. We also have Masterpiece. I don't remember if Masterpiece came off the last list. I think Masterpiece came off the last list. I know it came off in Master Duel first, and everyone was like freaking out about it. I don't know if this went from 1 to 3, or 1 to 2 to 3, or if it just went straight from 0 to 3. Either way, Masterpiece is fine. Morphing Jar, who cares? Phantom Skyblaster, who cares? Ashen Poplar to 3, I mean, honestly, Original Sinful Spoils is still gone, so yeah, I mean, that makes sense, who cares? Diagram to 3 is also really nice, actually, for True Draco. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of the big floodgates are gone anyway, or, like, hit really hard, so, I mean, I don't think, not Masterpiece, I don't think True Draco is going to be that big of a problem, especially in the big 25. Lightning Storm back to 3 is really cool, and then Zodiac Barrage back to 3. I think Barrage to 3 is fine. This card's really only a problem when, like, Rat is at multiple copies, in my opinion, but it is very good for Zodiac. I can see Zodiac kind of being, like, a blind second Zeus deck again, but I still don't think it's going to be very great. I mean, like, my peak usage of it, as someone that loves Tri-Brigade, was during the Xyz Festivals. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be it for the September 2025 Forbidden and Limited list. Again, I'm not like super attached to the format at the moment. I'm pretty detached from the format. But just from looking at this from like memory and stuff, I think a lot of these hits are cool. Moon of the Closed Heaven, again, prevents a lot of that like, oh man, I hand trapped him like 3 times where they had 2 monsters on board. I mean, like, got him, GG's. I feel like it gets rid of a lot of that. Then we have Splash Mage getting hit, I actually do really enjoy. I'm indifferent to King of the Feral Imps, and I think Paradise was just a given that it was going to go anyway. And then we have all these limits. I feel like some of them might be a little questionable. I don't think I like Lacrima coming back, even with Moon of the Closed Heaven gone. I feel like as the time rules changed anyway, I mean, like, you're just going to get a double loss no matter what. And then I think Vanquish Soul got hit way too hard here. Like, I don't know, maybe it was like super dominant. I'm pretty sure it was like the finals was a mirror match or whatever at one of the more recent events, but at the same time, I feel like Vanquish Soul as a whole is just such a fragile engine, so I don't know. I think Link Reba coming back's cool. I think these are probably fine enough hits to Malice, and then I think Dryden coming back's finally, you know, good. And then some of these are also just like, you know, consistency hits and stuff like that, but Solemn Judgment just felt like kind of a random screwball. Like, I guess Judgment was being played a lot. Love that Branded Fusion's starting to come back, probably coming back to 3 next list. I think that's going to be perfectly fine. Branded's super fun. And then all these Unlimits, again, most of these are kind of indifferent to, like, most people, but I think Glow Bulb finally coming back is pretty cool. It might have been at 1 or something like that. like low-key, and I just forgot. But I think Lobo coming back is cool. I think that True Draco getting a little bit of a buff is cool, because True Draco, if you ignore the Floodgate parts of it, is pretty fun. And then, you know, Zoo's gonna be kind of funny, and then Lightning Storm to 3, I mean, like, whatever. Still probably not going to bring me completely back into the format, because I'm still waiting on the Tri-Brigade support, which comes out at the end of the month, but I'm probably going to be playing Fiendsmith Evil Twin anyway still, because it looks like it was completely unhit. Plus, I mean, like, mess around with Lacrima, I suppose. But yeah, with that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, because that's going to do it for the video. If you liked it, please leave a like, as well as put this video and the channel into the YouTube recommended, and if that's kind of somewhere like it, like some more TCG content in general. I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! As often anymore. Then perhaps consider subscribing and turning notifications if you haven't already, because support the channel or anything else, and it's absolutely free. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Aurora, signing off.